We start today's inductions by honoring a distinguished corporate communications professional who spent nearly 4 decades shaping media relations in the telecommunications and forest products industries. A graduate of WSU, Bruce Amundson has played a crucial role in transforming Bellevue's local newspaper into a daily publication before moving to corporate communications and working with major organizations such as Weyerhaeuser. His leadership continued through his service on the WSU Foundation and by chairing the Murrow College Professional Advisory Board. Please join me in watching this video tribute to Bruce.
Well, I grew up right here in West Seattle and actually started kind of my journalism career here, doing some stringer stuff for the West Seattle Herald and working on the school newspaper. I spent 3 years actually as a journalist over in Bellevue, and then transitioned into corporate communications, where I spent the majority of my life, 35 plus years, doing corporate work for anything from cellular companies to forest products at the end. When I left Washington State University as a long-haired kid ready to take on the world, I never envisioned I'd be talking to the Wall Street Journal, explaining to them why the hostile takeover that my company was undertaking was going to be good for a forest products company, and yet there I was. And I could look back and I could say, well, gee, should I have made some other decisions? But, you know, the decisions I made led me to a pretty good place.
I mean, he's a guy who jumps in with both feet. I mean, he's keeping me informed of a lot of things that are going on, and that's his journalist background. So, yeah, he's been a great cougar, and I'm just happy for him that he got this award.
One was incredible humility that this honor was being bestowed upon me, and the other one was, really, are you kidding? I'm going to be in with these other people. So I think it was a combination. I'm very honored and a little bit surprised, quite frankly, that I have this opportunity. Working on the Evergreen, that is really the thing that shaped my career, shaped my life. It's where I spent a lot of time kind of honing my communication skills. I was doing something live. I could make mistakes in front of people. I could also have accolades in front of people. First time that I actually hired people. So that obviously led to some benefits later on in my career when I was building staffs and things like that. So I got some management experience and also the writing experience. So definitely the years that I spent on the Evergreen were probably the most formative things at WSU.
Smart guy, and he's smart because he reads. And he had, again, that political science background. It's his major, political science for myself. And I think we weren't so rigid either way. And I think I could see that in Bruce. And so therefore, we had a good relationship on the campus. And I think that, again, is something that was always in the back of my mind. And it was a very easy connection we made in later years.
Really throughout his time as a graduate of the university, I've been really pleased that he's involved in a lot of the things that WSU touches, and he's used his leadership skills in a lot of important ways. Bruce and Paul have done that in particular, working through presidents and the foundations and things like that. And it's great to have their influence and role in Murrow College as well as their work at the higher levels of the university.
The biggest accomplishment are the people that I helped to grow and mentor, because you know the things you deal with as a journalist or even in corporate communications are kind of transitory, and being able to work with people and help them develop their careers by giving them opportunities and helping them grow, I would say it's definitely the people that I worked with and helped develop.
I very much appreciated Bruce's leadership on the Professional Advisory Board. His advice to me was helpful in a number of situations, and he's a good friend. He cares about Washington State University, he cares about Murrow College, and he certainly is deserving of this honor.
I would just say don't limit yourself. Avail yourself to any opportunities. Some you may want to take, some you may not want to, but you'd be surprised where those opportunities may take you.
Congratulations, Bruce, on this significant recognition and on your induction into the Murrow College Hall of Achievement. Come on up.
Thank you. I'm beyond honored to be here today. I really honestly can't believe I'm joining the number of people that are on this list. This reminds me a little bit of grade school, because whenever there was an oral presentation, it was always the poor schmuck with the last name of A that was first. So, but I just want to let the rest of the inductees know I'll set the bar low, so you'll be fine. I was working on probably about the 6th draft of my presentation last night about why would somebody was a political science graduate who never ever took a single communications course be so engaged and care so much about Murrow. And I finally went, forget it. Actually, I used probably a little bit stronger word than that. But I realized that what I was trying to say was really hard to capture in some brief words. Certainly, as you saw in my work on the Evergreen, that set my career where it went. It took me, thankfully, away from law and into a lot more fun things. I could also say that my political science background is part of the reason that I'm so engaged with Murrow, because there are a lot of governments out there that have constitutions and all the same things we have, but there's one thing they lack, and that's the very First Amendment, which sets the space for people like Harry and certainly the namesake of this college to really keep those people in check. So those are certainly key things. But when I really sat down and thought about it, it really came down to a very simple thing. Whether it was that long-haired young kid working on the Evergreen, or this bald aging man standing in front of you, for some reason, Murrow has always seemed like home.